It really depends. All right. Let's keep an eye out for mulligans. Doesn't look like either player mulligan. Turn 1, Duress. Double Brainstorm, Narcomoeba, Shuko, double Baleful Strix, and a Flooded Strand. I think I said double Brainstorm. It's actually Brainstorm, Daze, Shuko are the options to take here for Hank, who's writing it all down. Little peek at Hank there. Hank made all of us proud in the 90s MTG family, I guess. We're making the finals of Eternal Weekend North America in the Legacy tournament. And has now, for the time being, switched over to Doomsday from 4-color control and taking Brainstorm with the Duress. Devin most likely putting Shuko on the table. Yep, here it is. Turn 1 Shuko. So Shuko or Nomads and Core in combination with, I'll share the card in the chat once again, Illusionist plus either of these cards with 0 mana activated abilities that target a creature. In Shuko's case, it's an equip cost. Equip ability. Can allow Devin to mill the entire library. And then, much like the Oops All Spells deck, cast Dread Return after some Narcomoebas enter. Cast Dread Return to reanimate a Thassa's Oracle and win. And we saw in the previous round how well it worked against Roland, who was on Mono White Initiative. All right, here's Thassa's Oracle. And it's just a fair Thassa's Oracle here for Hank, as I try to mute my text notifications here. Okay.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
All right, Flooded Strand once again for Devin. Passing the turn. Set up a prediction poll here. Who will win the match? Doomsday or Breakfast? Vote now if you're watching live. Dark Ritual hitting the stack for Hank. Maybe hinting that a Doomsday is on its way. Breakfast deck does have Force of Will and does have Daze. We saw the Daze a moment ago. Lion's Eye Diamond getting cast here. Dark Ritual resolved. And here's Doomsday. 2 left in hand for Hank.
Green size? And pass.
Cheers.
Yep. Go.
I think it looks like
Dream Trawler liking the black border duels on both sides. Loving the black border duels. Seems like we're good to go on this Doomsday. Hank offering the deck to be inspected.
Please tell me what that does.
So we lose a third of our life, a third of the cards in our hand, a third of our creatures,
There was a Thassa's Oracle cast fairly earlier in the game, in case anybody's wondering why that's on the table.
So you're going to lose 3.
Yeah, white girl wasted.
So because it's 2 and change, round up.
Did you get me?
I did. It's a third round. Okay, yeah. So 2 and change, so you're going to lose 3. I'm going to lose 5, 6. I go to left. And lands 2. Lands as well.
I don't believe we're in a judge call here. Just Devin inspecting the library. Hank's 5-card pile has been selected. Hank down to 9. Cycling Edge of Autumn, sacrificing the Underground Sea.
Triple blue. Green signs for 2.
Triple blue, discarding Deep Analysis and Daze. Flashback of Deep Analysis going down to 6.
It's like There's 2 floating right now.
The silent killer.
No.
One blue floating for Hank.
Because I think that's a rest here. Yeah.
Devin is currently thinking about responding to Deep Analysis. Deep Analysis flashed back, paying 3 life. 1 blue floating for Hank. 4 cards left in the library.
Blue with this. Yeah.
All right, so the blue floating was used to pay for days. Thassa's Oracle, 2 cards left in the library. That's game. Hank gets game 1. At least I think so. Nope. It looks like Hank's putting 1 on the bottom. 2 on the bottom. So a multi 5 for Hank here in game 2. Urza's Saga pass for Devin. Mulder with a great question that I don't know the answer to. As the breakfast player, I think you just have to mull for Illusionist here. Anyone else know the play? Don't know. I don't have Devin's list. But I'm not sure if you prioritize disruption or prioritize combo if you're Devin against Doomsday. All right, here's a ponder for Hank. X-Grave with a warning for Twitch chat.
Yeah, that's good.
Ponder resolving here for Hank, leaves him on top, draws a card, pass the turn. Illusionist hitting the stack. That's one half of the combo. With either Nomads in Core or Shuko, Devin can mill the library and Dread return a Thassa's Oracle after a bunch of Narcomoebas enter play. That's generally the plan. I'll share the card text one more time in the chat for the Illusionist. I know we have a lot of people watching who are probably not familiar with this card, because I forget what it does sometimes myself. There you go. So with a 0 mana activated ability, like Nomads in Core or Shuko, you can target Cephalid Illusionist and mill your library. Here's Relic of Progenitus, though. That's pretty good for Hank. And it sounded like Devin said it resolves. New coffee subscription from Dave. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. And the coffee bot sharing our coffee link in the chat, similar to Patreon. Join us on there. Become a part of the team, become a part of the family. Links down below if you're watching this later. Saga ticks up to 3. Not enough mana to create any constructs, floating a mana with it. And now searching the library. And there's Shuko. Hank does have access to counter magic with this Doomsday deck. Also has a Relic of Progenitus in play, which will be an issue for Devin unless it can be dealt with. It is true that if Devin has Thassa's Oracle in hand, just doesn't need to do the Dread return thing, can just mill the entire library and then cast Thassa's Oracle from hand, that could work.
Seven.
Here's Teferi. That could potentially bounce the Relic if it resolves. Floated a mana from Urza's Saga. Cracking Scalding Tarn in response here is Hank. Maybe going to sack this Relic. Let's see. That was me coming over just now to adjust the camera, get it a bit more centered. Teferi on the stack. All right, sacking the Relic here is Hank. That'll exile the 2 cards out of Devin's graveyard and Hank's graveyard as well. Teferi will resolve.
Falling X is 5.
How many cards in hand?
The cavern is on Warrior.
Yeah.
Plus on Teferi. Nope, minus Teferi. Okay, draw a card. All right, equip, milling here. All right, Hank indicates that it seems that Devin can just do the whole thing, doing them 3 at a time.
Not if you completed the dungeon.
I add 2 green. If I've completed a dungeon, I add 6.
I misunderstood that part.
There's Dread Return, another Monarch Amoeba enters. Still milling. Looks like 3 cards left in the library. They've now been milled. The entire library is gone.
No fight.
Yeah, there's a Teferi in play. Hank can't cast anything. Fairy Macabre is a beating though.
It won't be there anymore.
You need to not mill the last one. Never mind. You got it. What? Yeah. So, because that's in my hand. Both of those are in my hand. So I needed one more thing because I Cabal Therapy myself for the Oracle, but I only had 3 creatures. So I had to not mill myself the last time.
7?